And my title for Impact with JK today is They Will Be Fine, right? So I need everybody to know they will be fine. And what I mean by they, I'm talking about some people that God may be telling you that you need to let go. I'm talking about a situation that maybe God is telling you to walk away from. I'm talking about an opportunity, maybe a job that God is telling you to let go of. God wants you to know they will be fine. It will be fine. The people will be fine. The situation will be fine, right? And what I realize, man, in life as I continue to grow and I look at my own self in the mirror and I just, interact with other people and work with scholars and kids and young adults is that one thing about us is that we want to hold on to things. Right, we want to hold on to things, right? But there are some things and there are some people and there are some situations in our lives that God may be telling us to let go. It might be food, it might be certain things, habits, where God is like, I need you to let this go. And so what we like to do though is when we hear God say let it go or let them go or let that person go or stop enabling that person or walk away from this situation, what we tend to do is we tend to hold on tighter. We tend to grab on tighter because what we like to be is we like to think that we are in control. And that's why I think a lot of people like to drive opposed to fly is because see, when you in that air, you know you're not in control because you ain't flying, you up in the air, ain't nothing you could do, right? And so when we drive, we got our hands on the steering wheel. We're holding the steering wheel. So we believe that we are in control, but what we got to realize is that we are not in control. We are not in control of our lives. Yes, we got free will, but ultimately we are not in control of our lives. That God is ultimately in control of our lives. And so when we spend time trying to control the things in our lives, or when God is telling us to let go of this person or let go of that, and we say, no, God, I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna try to control. I'm gonna try to make everything better. We end up messing things up. And then once we get to a point where we say, okay, God, I'm gonna listen to you a little bit. I let go a little bit. We let go of everything but the right thing. When I think about the people in the Bible with Jonah, when Jonah ended up on the boat, what was Jonah doing? Jonah was running away from God. Jonah was running away from what God wanted him to do. So Jonah thought that he was in control by running away. And God was like, no, I got something better for you, bro. You ain't running away. I'm ultimately in control. So once he got on the boat, right? And as he's on the boat, it's a storm that just started to happen. And so the people on the boat was like, what's going on? What's going on? So what they started to do, they started to throw cargo over. They started to throw everything over but the right thing, because the right thing to throw over was Jonah, but they didn't know at the time. And so that's how we be in life. God be like, I need you to get rid of that. I need you to let go of that person. So you let go of everybody around that person but that person. Or God's like, hey, I need you to let go of that particular food. And you're like, okay, God, I'm going to cut back on this. I'm going to cut back on that. But I need to hold on to that food because that's my food right there. And what we got to realize is that the more we hold on to what God is telling us to let go, the more we make it worse. The people on the people on the boat with Jonah, the longer they kept Jonah on the boat, the storm got worse. So after they started throwing the cargo over, they realized like, yo, the storm not stopping. Why? Because they hadn't let go what God wanted them to let go. And so now they starting to hurry up to try to get back to land. And so the more they tried to control the situation, the worse it got. So the more you try to hold on to someone that God telling you to let go, the more you trying to hold on to a job that God say walk away from, the more you trying to hold on to a situation that God say you need to sever, the worse it'll get. So that's why the relationship or the friendship is getting worse, because God already told you, let them go. But you like, nah, God, I'm going to try to make it work. You know what I'm saying? They apologize. I'm apologize. We're going to make things work. God's like, no, I'm telling you to let it go. And the longer you hold on to that person or to that situation, it will get worse. Right? And so that also why we don't want to let things go is because we're concerned about what will happen to who or what we let go. So if God is telling you to let go a person or let go a friend or sever a relationship, you like thinking to yourself, God, but if I let them go, I'm gonna end up hurting them. I'm gonna end up crushing them. If I let that situation go, if I walk away from this job, God, the job will crumble because you loyal. You like, God, I've been here 5 years. How can I walk away? What about the boss? What about the CEO of the company? How they gonna feel? And God is like, no, I'm telling you that you need to let it go, because you got to understand and you got to trust God that what he's telling you to let go, it's going to work out for your best and it's going to work out for their best, right? Because the people on the boat, God told them, he said, hey, I need you to throw Jonah over. The people are like, no, 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 God, we can't throw Jonah over. We don't want to be looked like, we don't want to be viewed as any murderers, right? We don't want to do that. No, we don't want to kill Jonah. And God is like, throw him over. God didn't tell him what might happen to Jonah. God didn't tell him if Jonah was going to be swallowed by a fish, if he was going to die. God just said, throw him over, let him go. And that's what God is telling us. He's telling you to let it go, let them go, let that situation go. He might not give you further detail about it, but he's telling you to let it go. And in the Bible, in verse 16, it says, in verse 15, it says, then they took Jonah and threw him overboard, and the raging sea grew calm. So the moment that the people on the boat let go of what God told them to let go, their situation got better. So God is saying, hey, you want your health to get better? I'm telling you what foods to let go. And the moment you let it go, you will begin to see improvement in your health. You want your relationship to get better. You want less stress. I'm telling you what to let go. And the moment you let it go, it will be better for you. But not only would it be better for you, but it will be better for what I'm trying to tell you or who I'm trying to tell you to let go. Because see, by them throwing Jonah over the boat, guess what? Jonah got swallowed by a fish. So he was fine. So when I'm telling you that the title is they will be fine, that God is telling you, hey, look, just throw them over. I got them. So they threw Jonah over. He was swallowed by a fish, and it worked out for him. Why? Because Jonah was then able to have some self-realization, and he was able to realize what God wanted him to do, and he was able to realize his purpose in life because they threw him over. So it's some people in your life that you're still enabling. You're still helping right now. And the more you help them, the worse shape they get, because God is saying you need to let them go. They got to grow up. They 25 now. They not 5. You need to let them go. And the more you hold on and try to help them, you're enabling them. But the moment you take off your hands and you let go, that's when God will allow them to reach new heights and grow and be the best person he called them to be. So that's what I got for them today, Q, man. They will be fine. We got to let go of the people or the things or the situation that God is telling us to let go, and trust that it will work out for our best, and it will work out for the other person's best as well, man.